Hey guys, welcome to Weekly Crypto. Today I'm going to talk about the $1 million bet by Cypherglass. So with the EOS mainnet launch, there's a lot of dApps or decentralized application running on EOS. There are a lot of airdrops so far, and you are more wealthy than you think if you are EOS token holder. So let's get into it. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out any airdrop, half out, and ICO. So what's the $1 million bet? So let's take a listen.
You may have heard, I have $1 million EOS bet. It's not investment advice, just my personal opinion, but allow me to explain. This is Q, the VP of Business Development at ICO Alert. Now, during our time working together at ICO Alert, Q and I talked a lot about EOS, and we ended up making a bet. Now, the bet goes like this. If the price of one EOS token reaches $1,000 by the end of this year, yes, this year, 2018, Q owes me $1 million. If not, well, I have to pay him. Now, before you call me crazy, hear me out. This entire bet, the logic behind it, focuses on two main points: airdrops and float. Now, you've probably heard of airdrops before, but there's a big difference between a small airdrop used to raise awareness, where, say 5% of the total tokens are given out, and a pure airdrop, where tokens are given out to EOS holders on a one-to-one basis. That means for every one EOS token you have, you get one of the airdrop tokens. Following? You see, airdrops aren't just a way to raise awareness about your project. They're actually becoming a new funding model. Now, let's take EOS DAC as an example. EOS DAC recently did an airdrop one-to-one to EOS token holders, where they sent out 900 million tokens to the first 900 million EOS holders. Now, in addition to that, they also kept 300 million tokens for themselves. So, how is this a funding model? Well, you see, when the market, when all these different exchanges, the supply and demand on these exchanges determined that the EOS DAC token was worth 15 cents, suddenly those 300 million tokens that EOS DAC kept for themselves are worth $45 million. But the beauty of this is not just in the fact that they can raise money, it's that they can raise money without collecting any money. No longer is there this massive financial risk for the people who are backing that ICO. No longer is there a risk of people defrauding investors because, well, there are no investors. They're able to airdrop these tokens out for free while still raising money for their project if the market deems their project to be valuable. Now, it doesn't stop there. You see, the power of this one-to-one airdrop model on EOS specifically is what I like to call the feedback loop. Now, it works a little bit like this. Let's imagine that developer A goes out and does a one-to-one airdrop. They keep a couple hundred million tokens for themselves, and in turn, when the market values their token, they raise about $45 million. Now, developer B is somebody who was going to run an ICO on Ethereum. They thought, oh, I have a cool product or an idea for a product. I'm going to go out and try to raise some money. But they see that developer A raised money without anybody having to actually give them any money. So what does developer B do? Well, they go out and they do an airdrop themselves, one-to-one to EOS token holders. And when they get that money, when they sell some of their tokens back into the market to, secure that raise, they go out and they buy EOS tokens. Now, why are they buying EOS tokens? We see in order for that developer who just raised those funds through that airdrop to launch their decentralized app on EOS, they have to stake EOS tokens to guarantee themselves bandwidth on the network. So what is really happening here? Well, a developer's going out, they're airdropping, they're raising a bunch of money, they're buying EOS tokens, and then they're locking those EOS tokens up for as long as they need to run their dApp. Now, this is powerful and it's a feedback loop because as developers take notice of this free money that is being created through these airdrops and of the innovative model of EOS to lock up tokens to get bandwidth for your dApp forever, we're going to see a massive flood of developers pouring into EOS, airdropping to token holders like you, and most importantly, buying and locking up EOS tokens, potentially forever. But here's the best part about this airdrop funding model. Not only are these developers able to go and raise funds without anyone risking capital, but you as a token holder are benefiting from all of these. You see, last year in 2017 at ICO Alert, we tracked almost 2,000 individual ICOs. Now, you can imagine this year, with 6 months left, let's say there are just 1,000 airdrops that happen on EOS. People take note of this new funding model, and 1,000 airdrops happen. Well, if the average token price of those airdrops is just 10 cents, you just made a $100 dividend per token. Now, moving on to the second point to justify my $1 million bet is a term I like to call float, or the total circulating supply of a token. Now, as these developers are raising funds through this one-to-one airdrop model, they're going out, they're buying EOS, they're locking it up. And as their dApps become more popular, they may need to buy more EOS using their funds to continue to power their dApps. So what does this mean? Well, right now, there are 1 billion EOS tokens. But as more and more developers start to utilize the platform, there are going to be less and less tokens available in the float because developers are continually locking them up. Now, it's my prediction that in the next couple of years, we'll see up to 90% of all EOS tokens locked up just for bandwidth, just to power dApps. And this number doesn't even include the massive amount of tokens that are going to be used to vote for block producers that are also going to be locked up. So what does this mean? Well, over time, as there are less EOS tokens available to trade on exchanges, and the demand stays the same or increases, well, the price of that token is generally going to go up. Less supply, more demand, higher token price. You see, these two powerful mechanics, the airdrop feedback loop that's going to bring tons and tons of developers to the EOS platform who are then going to airdrop, raise money, buy EOS tokens, and lock them up forever, and the total float, or the amount of EOS tokens that are able to even be sold on exchanges at any time, are what makes me so confident in this $1 million bet. Now, right now, as I'm making this video, EOS tokens are trading for $11.75, and you might be thinking, this guy's insane. Well, I guess the only way to find out is to wait until the end of the year. I'll see y'all then. You gonna win the bet?
Maybe. I can't wait to take all your money.
So it's interesting. Anyway, so do you think Cypherglass is going to win this bet? Do you think if you're EOS token holder, you retire early with all these dividends from the dApps or decentralized application? Also, remember there's an inflation, around roughly 6% inflation for the EOS token, and the inflation rate is determined by the top 21 block producer, and the standby producer can also determine the inflation rate. But the top 21 block producer has a heavier weight in their vote in terms of voting for inflation rate and all that. So let me know what you think. Do you think Cypherglass is going to win this bet, or he's going to lose this bet? Or do you think you're going to retire with EOS with all these airdrops? So please comment below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share the video with your friends. This will help out my channel as well. And also make sure you subscribe so you don't want to miss out this airdrop. Remember, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in ICO or any other projects can increase your risk. You have to use the due diligence before investing.